Welcome to the Major Matchmaker game. Today's contestant is Allison, who is an undeclared student looking for answers. Behind that screen, we have 4 possible answers for her. All right, Allison, are you ready?
I believe so.
Well, you're not yet.
Okay.
First, Dr. Fader, what is anthropology?
Glad you asked, Gil. Anthropology is, well, it's a study of humanity. People in the present, people in the past, people in the future. When I was a kid growing up in New York, I used to watch this public service announcement on television, and they were to induce people to stay in high school, not drop out. And there was the graphic was of a guy digging a hole in the ground with a shovel. And the caption read, high school diploma or ... Now, for me in anthropology, being an archaeologist, it's PhD and that. So that's my definition of anthropology.
All right, okay. Dr. Fallon, what is psychological science?
Psychological science is the scientific study of human behavior, emotions, thoughts, and motivation.
All right, Dr. Merenstein, what's sociology?
Sociology is the study of individuals and groups and how they interact with their environment as well as the institutions and how those institutions influence them.
All right, and finally, Dr. Lee,
all right,
what is criminology and criminal justice?
There's 2 parts to it. Criminology provides a theoretical foundation of how people become criminals, why people commit crime, or why people don't commit crime, as well as what makes a person more likely to be a victim. And then we have the idea of criminal justice, where it's more of a system or a processes consisting of 3 components: law enforcement, corrections, as well as courts. So if you're interested in becoming police officers, correctional counselors, or probation officers, criminology or criminal justice may be your major.
All right, this is going to be a tough choice for Allison. Allison, are you ready to play the Major Matchmaker?
I am.
All right, good. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Start it off.
Thank you. Well, hi, everybody.
Hi, Allison.
Major number 1. What kinds of jobs can I get with an anthropology major?
Allison, I'm really glad you asked that question. And with a degree in anthropology, with background in anthropology, and having taken my courses, come the zombie apocalypse, and it is coming, you will be in high demand, because once the grid goes down, modern technology no longer is working, you'll be able to make stone-tipped arrows to kill zombies, and you'll be able to start fires, and zombies, as we all know, are afraid of fire. If the zombie apocalypse doesn't come, or at least not right away, your background in anthropology will prepare you for any one of a number of jobs. We have majors who go into journalism, into medical records, into public history, into historic preservation. They work for the National Park Service. They work for social service agencies. Anthropology is not a job that's going to provide the background for a particular slot in life. We open all the slots for you.
All right, interesting. So, major number 2. What is the difference between psychological science and sociology? And which one is better?
Anthropology is better than either of those.
So, psychological science is trying to understand humans through a more kind of individual lens. So if you're interested in trying to explain human behavior, why people do things in certain contexts, and what makes people different from each other, that's psychological science. Sociology, from what I understand, has a broader lens. So you're looking at it from a more societal kind of view, from institutions, as well as different groups within society. As for which is better, Allison, that's up to you.
Ooh.
Well, that sounds groovy. So major number 3, same question to you.
Oh, that's not fair. She kind of already answered my question. The difference between psychological sciences and sociology, I would definitely agree with Dr. Fallon. A big difference is that psychological sciences is going to look more at the individual and the individual's behavior and what influences those behaviors. Whereas in sociology, we're more interested in the larger societal influences on those behaviors, and particularly on the way individuals interact with one another and how individuals structure themselves into groups and how those groups can have an influence on society. So if the zombie apocalypse does come, you definitely want a sociologist on your side, because we could help you structure the new society that you're going to be confronted with.
Okay.
Understand why people would do what they do in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, we'll keep the psychological science people too.
Yeah.
All right,
be
very,
useful.
very cool. Thank you. And major number 4, what is the most interesting thing about the criminal justice / criminology major?
Well, you have a lot of opportunities not only to, for example, when you become police officers, you get to interact with the members of the community. If you, say, for example, go into probation, you get to actually interact with various types of offenders, whether it's serial killers, sex offenders, pedophiles, and also possibly those who appear in zombie apocalypse, those who seek deviant behavior as well. So you have a multitude of opportunities when it comes to interacting with those who engage in deviant, delinquent, or criminal behavior.
Far out. Okay, so question to all of you. Can you briefly tell me what you like the most about your field of study?
Well, I guess I should start since I'm number 1 over here. What I really enjoy about my field of study is that I get to play outside. And I get to, it's all those things that when you're a kid, you love doing. I get to do that as part of my profession. And I find really interesting stuff, and I get to interact with people very often. They're the descendants of the people who left behind these archaeological remnants, and I get to help them recover their own histories. And there's nothing better than that, being able to actually provide material that folks didn't know about their own family histories, and to be able to give that back to them. It's a really rewarding thing to be able to do.
All right, and major number 2?
So what I like the most about my major is that there is something for everyone. If you're interested in how teams work, psychology is for you. If you're interested in how people get motivated to do things and be the best people that they can be, psychology is for you. If you're interested in how memory works, how language works, how problem solving works, psychology is for you. If you're interested in how the brain works to produce behavior, psychology is for you. So psychology can be something for everyone, and it allows me to be super creative and to understand people better and to help them become the best people they can be.
All right, okay, so same to you, major number 3.
I would say the thing that I find most interesting and exciting about sociology is what intrigued me in the first place and why I got into sociology as a discipline was because it pulls from so many other disciplines. So we have psychological sciences, we have the anthropology, we have the criminal justice, we also have political science and history and literature and music and art, and you can understand how all of those things function and how they interact with people, as well as how people have influenced those things over time. And in order to understand where we're going into the future, we need to understand where we've been coming from in the past, and how can we understand where we are right now if we don't understand those larger societal structures as well. And I find all of that just so interesting.
Okay, great. And major number 4, what do you like the most about your field
Sure.
of
One of the
study?
reasons why I fell in love with criminology and criminal justice is the fact that it has this applied aspect. So not only are we focusing on the theoretical aspects, but given all the wide array of criminological theories, we could use them to come up with different programs, different policies to serve the needs and the concerns of the community. We could come up with different programs, problem-solving techniques to help offenders or the clients of certain population as well.
All right. Well, I think it's pretty clear what the right major is for me.
Oh, unfortunately, we're out of time, but please tune in next time, especially if you're a zombie, to the Major Matchmaker. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.